Last time, we explored a border shaped by empires, landmines, and a clifftop temple capable of igniting national pride instantly. But 2025 pushed this history into action. The border didn't just simmer, it erupted into Southeast Asia's most volatile flashpoint. Today we break down rockets in July, landmines in November, airstrikes in December, and a surprising ground incursion into Cambodia. This conflict isn't a border skirmish anymore, it's a hybrid war mixing weapons, criminal economies, geography, and national politics. July changed everything. Cambodian BM-21 rockets landed near Thai civilian zones, forcing evacuations and shocking Bangkok overnight. Thailand responded fast. F-16s launched precision strikes on ridgeline launch sites Cambodia insisted were purely defensive positions. The border briefly calmed, until November, when a landmine explosion reignited accusations, anger, and a dangerous political spiral. Both sides blamed each other. Thailand said the mine was newly planted. Cambodia insisted it was an old Cold War remnant. December turned the crisis into open conflict. Thailand struck deeper, targeting what it called weapons hubs hidden inside casino complexes. Then came the shock. Thai troops crossed into Cambodian territory, reportedly seizing positions near villages and casino compounds. This border isn't flat land. It's cliffs, ridgelines, forests, and a sacred temple towering above everything like a natural fortress. Whoever holds the high ground shapes the narrative. A 300-meter shift can flip domestic politics and international headlines instantly. Thailand and Cambodia both know this. That's why every tree line, slope, and rock carries the weight of national pride. In this terrain, even minor skirmishes escalate. Elevation turns small moves into strategic victories or political disasters. Thailand insists Cambodia provoke the conflict, placing rocket crews dangerously close to civilian zones to deter retaliation. It also claims casinos were doubling as drone hubs and weapon storage sites supporting cross-border attacks. Cambodia rejects everything. It says Thailand violated the border first and deliberately escalated tensions for political gain. Phnom Penh argues its rocket sites were purely defensive, positioned to deter Thai incursions, not start a war. And Cambodia insists the landmine blast came from decades-old contamination, not a newly planted device. Two nations, two narratives. The truth becomes secondary to whichever story wins the domestic audience first. To understand the escalation, we must compare their tools. Thailand buys precision, Cambodia buys volume, endurance, and terrain. Cambodian BM-21 rocket batteries are cheap, loud, inaccurate, and terrifying. The kind of weapon designed to shake entire hillsides. A single battery fires 40 rockets in seconds, flooding the battlefield with explosions far faster than Thailand can intercept. Cambodia also fields PHL-03 systems, long-range rockets capable of striking deep into Thai territory if tensions escalate further. Their D-30 howitzers are old but reliable, cheap enough to deploy everywhere, and dangerous enough to never ignore. And then there are landmines, the cheapest, cruelest weapon. Easy to plant, expensive to remove, and deadly for decades. Cambodia's strategy becomes clear. Weaken Thailand not by defeating it, but by making every advance painfully costly. Thailand, meanwhile, brings an entirely different philosophy. Hit precisely, hit efficiently, and hit without risking major casualties. Thai F-16s, upgraded and heavily armed, give Bangkok total control of the air across the disputed border. Equipped with GBU-12s and Korean KGGB kits, these jets strike targets kilometers away without ever crossing dangerous fire zones. Precision becomes Thailand's advantage. Why trade casualties for territory when you can destroy the same target with a guided bomb? The GBU-12's laser guidance allows F-16s to hit dug-in rocket crews hiding behind ridgelines and fortified slopes. But Thailand's secret weapon is Korean, the KGGB kit, turning cheap dumb bombs into long-range glide weapons. Now, with KGGBs, Thailand strikes tens of kilometers away, avoiding Cambodian artillery envelopes and potential ambush zones entirely. This technology shifts the battlefield. Cambodia fights from the ground, Thailand fights from above, choosing when combat happens. Add drones to the formula and Thailand practically gains real-time eyes, spotting rocket trucks before they even finish reloading. Thai artillery integrates drone coordinates, making first-round hits common instead of rare battlefield miracles. Cambodia cannot match this precision, but it doesn't need to. Its goal is not winning fast, it's preventing Thailand from winning fast. That's the essence of asymmetric warfare. One side wins with accuracy, the other survives with resilience and geography. But the 2025 conflict introduced a new battlefield: casinos, massive hubs of money, crime networks, and alleged military activity. In border towns like Phuket, casinos aren't just entertainment. They're billion-dollar ecosystems operating beyond tight government oversight. They house gambling floors, online scam factories, money laundering routes, and allegedly armed groups using the infrastructure. Thailand claims some casinos served as drone control rooms and weapons depots supporting cross-border attacks. Cambodia denies everything, calling the accusations absurd and politically motivated attempts to justify deeper strikes. But December's airstrikes and ground incursions targeted areas directly surrounding casino complexes, raising unavoidable questions. Whether or not casinos were militarized, the perception alone transformed them into strategic assets and high-value targets. Thailand's goals appear straightforward: neutralize rockets, secure civilians, and prevent another surprise strike near populated areas. But December revealed a deeper goal: dismantling Cambodia's shadow economy networks believed to enable cross-border violence. By striking near casino hubs, Thailand signals it's targeting not just rockets, but the financial systems behind them. Cambodia's goals differ completely: avoid full-scale war, stretch the conflict, and raise the political and financial cost for Thailand. Every rocket, every mine, every skirmish is designed to remind Bangkok that quick victories don't exist here. Cambodia also seeks international sympathy, framing Thailand's incursions as aggression and rallying support as the weaker state. Internally, the conflict creates unity. Rallying against external pressure strengthens Phnom Penh's political stability. In this border, geography and politics intertwine. A 300-meter movement can flip headlines and inflame national pride instantly. A small advance seems insignificant militarily, yet symbolically it becomes a national victory or a national humiliation. That's why both governments respond aggressively. Losing a ridgeline isn't losing land, it's losing the narrative. Thailand understands this well. Cambodia understands it even better. This border is ruled by elevation and emotion together. When Thai troops crossed the border in December, the symbolic impact rivaled the military one, creating a volatile political shockwave. Cambodia immediately framed it as invasion, fueling domestic outrage and international pressure for outside intervention. Thailand countered by claiming legitimate self-defense, insisting the targets were militarized illicit networks hidden inside civilian zones. With conflicting narratives and rising tensions, the real question becomes simple: what happens next along this volatile, cliff-lined border? The first risk is military escalation. Both sides have already shown they are willing to strike deeper and harder than before. If Cambodia acquires longer-range rockets or drones, Thailand may respond with even more aggressive precision operations. The second risk is a guerrilla-style transition. Areas Thailand briefly seized could become sites of ambushes and retaliatory strikes. Cambodia cannot match Thailand's air power, but it can make the ground unpredictable: mines, traps, and dispersed rocket teams. The third risk lies in the shadow economy. If casinos rebuild or rearm, conflict could shift into an economic war. Criminal networks thrive in instability. The more chaotic the border becomes, the more profitable these syndicates grow. This creates a dangerous feedback loop. War fuels crime, crime fuels war, and both become harder to separate. And then there's geography: the cliffs, temples, and ridgelines that force both militaries into dangerously symbolic positions. A small advance may be meaningless tactically, yet politically it sparks national pride, outrage, or humiliation instantly. Social media accelerates everything. A photo of a flag near a cliff can trigger nationwide pressure for retaliation. That's why both sides respond aggressively. Losing 300 meters isn't losing land, it's losing the story. Cambodia weaponizes the narrative of invasion. Thailand weaponizes the narrative of self-defense against covert military sites. These competing stories shape the battlefield more than any single weapon system either side deploys. International actors hesitate to intervene. ASEAN avoids choosing sides unless violence becomes impossible to ignore. Cambodia leans toward China, while Thailand maintains broader partnerships, adding geopolitical tension to an already fragile border. The border conflict may be small on a map, but globally it sits at the intersection of great power influence. If outside powers respond, even indirectly, the conflict's scale and stakes could escalate far beyond local grievances. Even if fighting pauses, nothing structural changes. The cliffs remain, the casinos remain, and the narratives remain. Thailand did not fully neutralize Cambodia's rocket network. Cambodia did not regain control of symbolic terrain. Neither side achieved its strategic goals, which means both still see unfinished business along the border. And when a conflict ends without resolution, it doesn't end. It simply waits for the next trigger. Small incidents, an artillery misfire, a drone wander, a patrol crossing a ridgeline, could restart the conflict instantly. Add political pressure, public emotion, and military pride, and the border becomes one of Asia's most unstable fault lines. The Thailand-Cambodia conflict reveals how modern wars work. Precision versus persistence. Technology versus terrain. Money versus time. Richer states buy accuracy, poorer states buy endurance. Both strategies are brutally effective in different ways. Hybrid wars now mix military force with criminal economies, political narratives, and the geography beneath everyone's feet. This border shows the future of conflict. No front lines, no clear victories, and no guarantee tensions won't return. Everything depends on cliffs, casinos, and a 300-meter stretch of land that both nations believe defines their dignity. Until the border is agreed upon and the mines removed, this conflict won't end. It will only sleep. And it never sleeps long. The border now sits on a knife's edge, half military zone, half political theater, and entirely shaped by fear of losing face. Thailand holds tactical advantages, but Cambodia holds time. And time can be a weapon when a stronger opponent wants quick results. Even after Thailand captured Cambodian positions recently, neither side shifted its core strategy or softened its national narrative. Each believes patience will break the other. Both misunderstand how stubborn national identity becomes once cliffs and temples get involved, and history still pulls on everything. This conflict didn't begin in 2025. It began with old kingdoms, colonial borders, and unresolved pride. Both countries see themselves as guardians of their past, defending not only territory but the meaning that territory carries. That's why every ridge matters. Every stone becomes political. Every meter gained or lost becomes a national debate. Conflicts shaped by identity rarely burn out. They slow, cool, and flare again when conditions align, just like they did in 2025. What we see here is a prototype, a preview of how future conflicts between unequal states will actually unfold. One side uses precision, jets, and guided bombs. The other uses mines, terrain, informants, and time. Both claim victory differently. This isn't asymmetric warfare in theory. It's asymmetric warfare as it now exists in the real world, shaped by money and geography. And unlike the past, these conflicts won't end with treaties. They'll fade, pause, and restart whenever pressure returns. Today, soldiers still watch each other from opposite ridges. Drones circle above. Maps are redrawn daily, even if unofficially. Civilians still hear blasts, farmers still avoid mine-filled fields. Casino towns remain symbols of money, crime, and military suspicion. And every government briefing insists the same message. We didn't start this. We're only defending ourselves. But borders like this never sleep. Not when history is alive, not when national pride feels fragile, not when both sides feel watched. For Thailand and Cambodia, the conflict isn't merely territorial, it's psychological, emotional, and tied to who they believe they are. And until those identities feel secure, the cliffs will echo with tension, drones, and the uneasy quiet before the next confrontation. This wasn't just a border clash. It was a preview, a reminder of how modern wars begin long before the first shot is fired. And as always, we'll keep watching, because in this part of Southeast Asia, the story never ends. It only waits.